And good evening, everybody, and welcome to NHIAA ETV's coverage of high school girls lacrosse. I'm Tom King, soon to be joined by John Collins. And tonight here at Stellos Stadium, we have the Bishop GUERTIN High School girls lacrosse team, two-time defending champions. No season last year, obviously, as we all know, against the Londonderry Lancers. And tonight's a special night for BG. It'll be the debut of head coach Leslie Y. And now we pause for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming through broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And a superb rendition of the national anthem here at Stellos Stadium. And I believe it was by a player, but I don't have the number on the roster. It was number 28 she wore. Quinta, I believe, is her last name, but a great, great rendition. And we are underway. As I was saying right before the anthem, Leslie Y., who had been an assistant coach for the Cardinals, was hired in September of 2019 for the 2020 spring season, and of course that never took place. So she is making her coaching debut with a program that, believe it or not, and I've never seen this with a high school team, has 16 college commits, 9 for next year, 9 for this, next fall, and 7 for the fall of 2022. That is an amazing number.
Tom, that was Cameron Quinta that did that.
Cameron Quinta, okay. Thank you, Pete. What a job. And we're set to go. BG, again, a lot of players back, as you can tell by the commits that we just mentioned. Led by Lindsay Holt, who's going to go to Holy Cross. Madison Keating. There's some familiar names from some other stick sports, field hockey and hockey, that you're going to recognize here. Natalie Kutu. They're loaded with seniors. Catherine Simpson, who was a hero during the hockey tournament with an overtime goal. Amelia Piercy, Kyle Pastucci, and the list goes on for talented players who made their mark when they were freshmen in this program, and a lot of them did, and played right on up through. Londonderry, they have had girls lacrosse for a while. As lacrosse, the up-and-coming sport years ago in the state, is now basically just the sport. It's more or less, it seems to me, dominating softball and baseball in terms of participation levels and numbers. They had 60 girls try out for BG Girls Lacrosse and spreading them among 3 or 4 teams, varsity and at least 2 sub-varsity, maybe even 3 sub-varsity teams. So it is the sport at BG. And we are ready to go with the face-off at the 50-yard line. BG in the white and green, Londonderry in the blue. It's getting to be a chilly night at Holman, at Stellos, as the temperature has dropped. We froze at Holman yesterday, but that was expected. And we are set to go. And here's the draw. Taken by Londonderry, they control it. A key in lacrosse, picking up the ground balls. That is always a key in boys and girls. Girls, of course, there's no contact. It's more of a track meet sometimes with sticks. And GUERTIN takes control. That is Holt at the top of the key. Holt flips it away. Now to the corner. GUERTIN trying to just set up their first possession of the 2021 season, a season that they have not played in 2 years. Holt goes in, shot saved by Londonderry. And the Lancers will take it out. Catherine Martin, the goaltender. BG putting a little pressure on in the Lancer end. Ball's dropped. And an errant pass, and those are the things that are going to play right into GUERTIN's hands. They play 25-minute halves in girls lacrosse, and it's almost running time. You do have to stop the clock occasionally. Ground ball picked up now, and here we go. For GUERTIN on the wing, that's Maddie Keating. Keating flips it back. Amelia Piercy touches it. Now it's back to Keating. Now a setup for GUERTIN. Holt at the top. It's Riley Bouvier. Bouvier looking to shoot. She's going to fire it low, and it's wide. Cardinals will retain possession. Pass inside, and a score! GUERTIN takes the 1-0 lead with 22-41. So, after the wide shot, they were able to sneak one in from behind, and the Cardinals take the lead. Draw at midfield. Referee taking their time, and they'll flip it up, and there it goes. It's an art, believe me, but in boys lacrosse, the face-off is the key. It's all the key to possession. Holt has it. Holt trying to spin move. Goes to her left, shot, and the whistle blew before, and we got a penalty. So it will be a restart, a free start for the Cardinals. I believe that's Holt with it in the middle. Let's see. Yes, it is. Shot, save. Oh, hit the bar. Could hear it clang off the bar. BG had a golden opportunity there and couldn't quite convert. Bouvier, now to Keating. Back to Bouvier. Now behind. Dropping it. dodging. Here's Natalie Kutu. I believe she had the goal. I'll have to double check. Bouvier moves in, shot scores. Bouvier with a great move. And once she got down to the 5-yard line, she wasn't letting anybody stop her. And the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead. Just underway here at Stellos. We're almost 4 minutes in. It's a 2-0 Bishop Girton lead. Kutu, I believe, with the first goal, but Bouvier with the second. But up in the air, and here we go. Londonderry, its first possession. And the whistles are blowing, and let's see what the call is. Yep, restart, and they start again from the 35-yard line. Lancers, first possession of the game, and they turn it over right away. All about possession in lacrosse. And so far, it's been all about Girton in terms of possession. Keating, now to Kutu. Pretty much say that's the setup with Keating on the left and Kutu behind. Bouvier. And then Holt up top. Had a nice flip. Shot. Save. Scooped up by the Lancers. I don't even know if that made Martin the goalie. 20 minutes left to play in the first half. 2-0 Girton. And a turnover and a nice scoop of the ground ball. Almost a nice scoop. Right there by Bishop Girton's Emma Hayhurst. Now to Lancers. That's number 17, Grace Holland. She loses it. Now she gets it back, and it's who wants it? It's a hot potato around the 35, and the ball rolls, and now is scooped up by the Cardinals. And out of bounds, and they're going to call it Girton ball. Cardinals will take it. Pass right in deep and a score. Oh, a great pass and the conversion very quickly. I think that was Lindsay Holt. Not sure. And Girton with a 3-0 lead. No, that does not look like Holt. Let's see. Just turn around and get the number. Of course, they're facing the other end. Oh, that was Keating. Keating with the goal. Keating, Kutu, and Bouvier right now with the goals. Nice pass. Keating at it. Kutu behind the net. Looking to find someone to feed it to. Nice cross pass. And unfortunately, it's for Girton, it's stolen. Another steal. Here come the Cardinals with a fast break. Girton just in control here, up 3-0 already. Right behind, got a lot of depth. And a one-timer and a score. What a great play. Fabulous. Bang, bang play, and Girton up 4. And a timeout called by the Lancers. No wonder with 18:25 left. Still looking for the number. Might have been 11. Might have been Teresa Prunier. Let's see. So waiting to see if the player walks away from the huddle. 11, yeah, Prunier. Teresa Prunier, a sophomore. A nice give and go. Bang, bang play with 18:25 left, and the Lancers call time down 4-0. This might not be pretty. Now, in 2 weeks, the Cardinals will have probably one of their bigger tests, and that'll be against Pinkerton Academy. I don't believe they play another top team, Sauhegan, which is very good. Sauhegan beat Trinity last night 20-1. So I don't believe they play the Sabres this year, which is always a great game between these two. But Bishop Guertin has turned girls hockey into a domination this year. They turned lacrosse 3 years ago into dominating, and they're on the cusp of doing that. And obviously they've done it in girls basketball, and they're on the cusp of doing that in soccer. They've just been one semifinal away from a final the last 2 years. And here comes John Collins. I will give you John the Londonderry roster when he arrives. Guertin maneuvering. After the next stoppage, I'll turn it over to John. Shot and a save by Londonderry, and here go the Lancers upfield with 17:33 left in the first half and a 4-0 game. Take it away, John Collins.
BG certainly off to a hot start, up 4-0.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, look how they're dominating girls sports these days. I mean, you know, they've got solid teams in all of them. Soccer and field hockey made the semis. Basketball did the trick. And was that 1911 boys lacrosse today, right? Yeah. Bishop Guertin beat Londonderry 19-11. In fact, I got to check with Chris Cameron on my way down to the field to take photos and see if he sent his result in to me. John, I will join you probably at halftime.
Look forward to it, Tom. Tom King there. 16 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. Trying to get on the scoreboard. That is the Titans, is it? It's South? Londonderry? BG. BG hosting Londonderry. Not an international battle yet. We'll have those later in the season. Londonderry, I'm sure, didn't expect to come in here and get shut out, so they're going to try to get on the scoreboard here as best they can against the Cardinal, who enjoy a 4-0 lead. Just over 16 minutes left to go in the first half. Good ball movement by the Lancers, trying to get the ball inside, but it's saved. BG defense right there to scoop up the errant pass. To near midfield, the Lancers intercept. A determined bunch now, trying to get on that scoreboard with just over 15 minutes left to play. Girls High School lacrosse here at Stellos Stadium. And a lot of these girls are oblivious to the chill that's in the air. Some look like they're dressed for indoor basketball, but lacrosse is a great sport to warm yourself up on a dead sprint like they're doing now. BG going the distance. What do we have? Foul committed somewhere in the middle as sprinting her way through, Riley Bouvier nearly went the distance and put it past the goaltender before she was fouled. So we'll have a restart, and it's going to be A dead-on shot and goal. Riley Bouvier with the 5th goal of the game for Bishop Girton, and that one seemed to be a foregone conclusion. Kind of like a soccer penalty shot, but an even better odds when the ball is just that small. Hard to stop with an accurate shooter like Riley Bouvier, Jr., attacker who went about 100 yards with that ball before the restart and the finish. So instead of the Lancers coming up with their first goal, BG adds to their total. 5-0 with the face-off at midfield. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, zooming in on that face-off. The Cardinals face-off person there. It's number 17, Lindsay Holt. Also a good hockey player, I believe. Battle in the danger zone for Londonderry. Amelia Piercy had it. Now attacking is number 17 for Bishop Girton. She's broken up. Lancers fortunate not to give up goal number 6 right there. Lindsay Holt was lurking near the goal once again. Bishop Girton going to benefit from this ruling, and they have possession again in the offensive zone. Amelia Piercy with it up top, looking for an open teammate. Piercy to Holt, swings it to Riley Bouvier. A lot of dangerous shooters nearby the Lancer net. This ball's loose in front. Opportunity for Londonderry's defense to grab onto it and stymie this threat, and they do. 13:35 to go in the first half. If you just joined us, Londonderry still looking for that first goal. Restart here will benefit the Lancers in blue. Twisting and turning in the middle. Great opportunity here, but broken up. Number 11 for Londonderry. Tara Wright, midfielder, making her way through traffic. Had her back to the defender at one point, but then opened up and was face-to-face with the goaltender. She is now in the restart. Tara Wright with a great opportunity to score, and she does. Londonderry's on the board. Tara went right up to the goalie and just threw it over her right shoulder, the upper left corner of the net as we look at it. And it is the first goal of the game for the Lancers with 12:47 remaining in the first half. They're on the board in a 5-1 contest now. Londonderry needs to go on a run to get back in this. Another face-off at midfield will again feature Lindsay Holt versus the Londonderry opponent, whose body's obscured for the moment from our camera. Looks like fellow 17, actually, which would be Grace Holland. And Grace gets the benefit of that whistle. Londonderry on the attack again, looking to double up here. Looking for their second goal of the game. Working her way through traffic. Good spin move, but lost it onto the turf. Scooping it up, the Cardinals able to get it out of the danger zone. Sprinting to the far side, now reversing direction is Madeline Hartsock, defender, doing a nice job of shielding the ball with her body. Now Lindsay Holt, she knows what to do with it. She's sprinting downfield. Unencumbered. She makes it all the way down to within 10 yards of the goal, and now it's perimeter passing as the Cardinals close in on a possible score. The whistle sounds just before the shot. Lauren Redfern Actually, Lindsay Halt, it was number 17, not 7. 17, Lindsay Halt was right at the near side. She's going to get another shot at it here. She circles and shoots, and save made. Londonderry goaltender, excellent there as Halt went low. And the rebound collected by the Lancer D. So great opportunity there for Bishop Guertin to regain their 5-goal lead. Instead, Londonderry trying to cut it to 3, down 5-1. 11-18, a lot of time left in this first half for the Lancers to get right back in the game. They came up with the big stop. Let's see if they can follow up with a goal. Taking a page out of the Cardinals book here as the Lancers circle the net with passes all the way around. Everybody's getting a touch. Lindsay Halt marking her counterpart, Grace Holland. Holland double-teamed, went to her knees, tried an impossible pass in the middle, and the Cardinals intercept. Sprinting downfield. Nice pass on the run. Lindsay Halt tries to feed and does. Lead players Catherine Campbell, and the whistle sounds just before Madison Keating can let it fly. And now the Cardinals have another excellent opportunity to score here. I believe it's Madison Keating, number 10, who has possession, and a free look, and she passed it up. Return pass, and doesn't get the shot away, a clean shot away. Defenders deflected her stick, I believe. Interesting choice there by Madison Keating. She was just a step away from the goal mouth when she passed it to a teammate behind the goal line to her left. Had a clear shot at the net after the restart and passed it up, literally. So still 5-1, Bishop Guertin. Madison Keating swings it to Riley Beauvier, comes up top, Lindsay Halt. In the corner, Amelia Piercy. Behind the net it goes, all the way around. Riley Beauvier taking a break. Maybe she'll take a run. Nope. In front and a goal. Nice job coming out from behind the net. The goaltender might have been looking for a pass out front. Instead, it was just a tuck-in, a wraparound goal for the Cardinals inside the near post. And nothing much the goaltender could do there. That's the job of the defender, to keep the player from coming out of from behind the net like that unbothered. It was an easy goal in the end for the Cardinals, who stretched their lead back to 5. 9:14 to go, first half. It's partly sunny day today, about in the low 50s. Pretty pleasant for this time of year, and a bit breezy. But again, these lacrosse players, as scantily clad as they are compared to what we would be wearing out in this kind of weather, or we are wearing, they're keeping their motors running and apparently unbothered by the chill at all. Here come the Cardinals again, and downfield they go. Madison Keating has it. She got the nice assist that last time down the field. I believe the goal was scored by Tana O'Neill Blake, number 21, who's back at that same position where she scored from just moments ago, coming out from there between the BG and the Nashua South symbols to tuck it up into the upper corner of the net, make it a 6-1 lead for Guertin. And now on the restart, the Cardinals have another great opportunity to score, charging into the goal and scoring, taking the Bobby Orr angle from the right boards, so to speak, to in front of the net. Totally, she didn't get tripped up in midair. Madison Keating, I believe that was number 10 with the goal. I don't know, do you see the number on that player, Tim, that went through there? May have been 15, Tim thinks. That would be Stephanie Reap, R-E-A-P. Going from right to left. It was a pretty easy goal after the restart. She went right at Londonderry's keeper, and she didn't have, again, not much chance to stop that 15, it was Madison. Stephanie Reap with the goal. 6-goal advantage for the Cardinal now with 8:15 to go in the first half here at Stellos. Season opener for girls lacrosse. It was a boys lacrosse game here last night. There's a nice behind the back pass. It's in traffic in the front. Had a lot of bodies colliding in there, and this time the call will go against GUERTIN. So the Lancers fortunate not to give up a restart in the red zone once again. Oh, a boys game this afternoon. Bishop GUERTIN boys taking care of business against Londonderry also. 19-11. 30 goals scored in this afternoon's game. Sprinting downfield. The Lancers trying to get only their second goal of the first half here. It's been all Bishop GUERTIN except for that one goal that the Lancers did manage. Made it 5-1 for a moment. Now it's back to 7-1. 6-goal advantage in front. Good job of weaving her way through traffic, and this is going to be a restart for Caroline Leone, number 12, and it's going to have a really advantageous spot from which to restart play here with a clear shot at the goal. Bishop GUERTIN closed fast, but Leone whips one low and to the right corner of the net, and it is a second goal of the game for the Lancers. So 7-2 is the score. We have replay on delay here at Stellos Stadium, so get to enjoy watching Caroline Leone's effort. She drew a defender about 10 yards away from the net into the corner, then fake right, went left, and got fouled. Just steps away from the goal and drew the restart that led immediately to the goal. Londonderry charging down the field, looking determined to get that third goal. We got some body contact going on underneath, and a foul is called against the Bishop GUERTIN defenders. Won't be a point-blank restart, but pretty good spot to shoot from, but knocked out of her hands before she can make the shot. So good back-checking by, I believe that was Riley Bouvier, who ended up with the loose ball. Brought it to midfield before the Lancers steal it back. Full charge near sideline. Tara Wright, number 11, weaving her way through 3 defenders before she is checked illegally. The restart will be back where the official points to. And let's see how much more progress Tara Wright can make before the ball's knocked out of her possession. Scooped up by a teammate far behind the goal, circling deep. Lancers trying to find an open teammate out in front. Still with it, Londonderry. 5.5 minutes to go. The Lancers trail 7-2. Game not totally out of reach as yet, despite the strong start by GUERTIN. There's a fake shot from deep, or from far away from the goal. Momentary bobble, and Bishop GUERTIN jumps on the loose ball. It is still loose, though, after the errant pass, and a nice step forward and scoop up by the Lancers. Might have been number 19, Natalie Washington, and it was a good play. Jenna Stowell is the captain. She's number 18. 8 and 9s kind of blend together from distance like this, but no, that was number 19 for Londonderry midfielder Natalie Washington. Just a cross check to the turf, and that's going to get called every time. So the restart benefits Londonderry here, as Caroline Leone, who I just I think that's her. She just scored that previous goal. She circles back around. Some of the numbers getting crumbled a little bit here. Number 16, that may be. Emily Cowett, attacker and a midfielder. She plays the right wing as we look at this. Kiara Edmonds, number 7, with it in her possession as she goes top of the screen, and now we have a restart. Circling deep, trying to make a move. Number 22 for Londonderry, Victoria Savage. Good name for an attack person in lacrosse. Around the perimeter it goes for Londonderry in search of their 3rd goal, trailing 7-2. Ball coming out past the goal line now as the drop pass happens. 2 defenders stepping up, making life difficult for whoever possesses the ball for Londonderry. You see constant double teams in effect. Now a little bit too physical, and that may be a restart. Was it within 10 yards of the goal? No, I think it was a step beyond the line, so it won't be a free look at the goal, I don't believe. You got a defender in the way. Nice feed in the middle. It was an opportunity to go with the one-timer there. The triple team escort defense by Bishop Girton produces a turnover. So the opportunity goes by the boards or by the turf for Londonderry, and now they're forced to scramble to get back on defense. Bishop Girton had a concerted effort on the sole ball carrier there, who was only 10 feet away from the goal, but just had no chance to release the shot. Led by Riley Bouvier, number 1, who came away with the steal. And now it's Girton with the next best chance to score with 2 minutes to go. Ball's loose out in front. The Lancers scoop it up. They're on the go. And now you see the ball carrier get assailed in the middle. The restart benefits the Lancers. Ball on the turf. Scrambling to pick that up just in time was Riley McGrath, one of the co-captains for the Lancers, who trail this one 7-2 with a minute and a half to go. Londonderry would love to score last here in the first half and set the tone for the second. There's a long shot that went off the side of the netting. Some of the Lancers, I think, thought, maybe the fans thought that was in. But then you could see it bounding behind the goal, not inside the frame. The Lancers must get back on defense. It's a 2-on-2 situation for the moment. In front, loose ball. Who's got it? The Lancers scoop it up. Great opportunity to score there with just over a minute left for Bishop Girton, but they cannot capitalize. Long pass, a risky pass. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Bishop Girton's possession with only 52 seconds left. That was an ill-advised, about a 30-yard pass, not easy to execute, and kind of unnecessary. Put possession at risk with just a minute left. Now, Lindsay Holt with a nice drop. Riley Bouvier an opportunity to let one fly, and she fakes the shot, switches hands, passes it. There's a hard cross-check, and that is going to produce a great goal-scoring opportunity for Bishop Girton with only half a minute to go. Risky pass, ill-advised penalty, and a great scoring opportunity. The shot is missed, however. A little bit too much adrenaline there, I think, on the part of Amelia Piercy, number 12, as she went for the perfect shot. Top left corner and just missed the frame entirely. However, 25 seconds remain, and Bishop Girton not done with this threat on this possession. Riley Bouvier could shoot it from there. She's going to dance around the defender and just over the crossbar. She let it fly from point-blank range, 5 yards out. 13 seconds left to go as the clock winds its way down. There's a shifty play. in front, shot, goal! Well placed up high with only 6 seconds left to go in the first half. I believe that was number 11. Tim has the same number. Teresa Prunier, a sophomore, doing exactly what the coach would have wished she did, put herself in a perfect position to score with just 6 seconds left, and the execution on the shot was right on point up in the upper region of the net, right beside the goaltender's face mask. Really had no chance to react up there. We saw one whistle over the crossbar seconds earlier from Riley Bouvier, and in that case, Prunier did not miss. So it is a 8-2 advantage, as we'll hear the whistle sound within 3 seconds to mark the end of the first half. A terrific first half of girls lacrosse for Bishop Guertin, as they're appearing to be ready to piggyback on the boys' win over Londonderry by a 19-11 score earlier. A lot of scoring in that one. Not as many goals on pace here at Stellos. We'll yet to see if the girls can equal the boys' total of 30 goals in a game. We got 10 here at the half. 8-2 is the Bishop Guertin advantage. John Collins along with Tom King, Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, will be back with second half action, the girls lacrosse season opener 2021, right after this.
Hi, my name is Amelia, and I work at Harbor Care. My family and friends live in the community of Nashua. I decided to get vaccinated against COVID-19 for the health and safety of myself, my family, friends, as well as my community. I experienced mild side effects just for a couple of days, and then I was fine. I would like to encourage everyone in the community to get vaccinated against COVID-19, particularly people of color. If I can do it, you can do it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. John Collins along with Tom King. It's an 8-2 lead for Bishop Guertin, the girls lacrosse team, trying to pick up where the boys left off earlier with their 19-11 win over Londonderry. 30 goals scored in that one. Tom, not quite as the same scoring pace here, but still a dominant performance by BG.
No, definitely a dominant performance by BG. They did have a little lull, John. They went a few minutes without it. The ball was down in the Londonderry end for a while. But they came back. I think the big goal was scoring right before the half to really put the Lancers, kind of steer the ship a little bit, regain that 6-goal lead. They jumped out to a 5-0 lead or a 4-0 lead. Actually 5-0. And just continue that dominance. But scoring right before the half,
that was a big goal.
When you're ahead, I always think is just a huge momentum.
Because Londonderry had the chance to make it 7-3. They weren't able to score. Ball comes down the field, and Londonderry with a mental error, I think, on defense, Tom. You saw the cross-field pass about 30 yards, and it was a really difficult and unnecessarily risky pass with 55 seconds left. Gave the ball to Bishop Guertin in the offensive zone with less than a minute, and the ball never came out after that. They scored their 8th goal,
right.
6-goal lead. So now BG right back on the attack down the field. Riley Bouvier is a force in the middle.
She is a force in the middle.
Number 1
Yep.
for BG. They're wearing their home whites against Londonderry.
She's only a junior, and she's already committed. I forget the school, but she is committed to go. She's got her college plans all sewn up.
In the middle, loose ball.
And it's a major, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Lindsay Hull
tell you. I'll tell you in a little bit.
Scoops it up in the middle. Good job of receiving that pass in traffic. Down the middle they go, and whistle before the shot.
Stanford, right? Yeah, Stanford. That's it. Yep.
Stanford.
Stanford.
Good
Yeah,
for
I
her.
knew it was a big school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a story on that. Geez, I believe it was in the fall, this past fall. So,
BG on the restart scores the first goal of the second half. Teresa Prunier, number 11.
And I believe that's Prunier's third goal.
That will be her hat trick.
I believe, didn't she get that goal right before the half?
Yes, it was her.
Did.
It was Teresa Prunier.
Right.
You have so many players who can score on this Bishop Girton team, and they've been doing it here in the opener.
Right.
9-2 advantage. 24 minutes left to go in this lacrosse match. On an April 13 of 2021. We're live on a Tuesday evening. Londonderry trying to find a way to come up with a scoring punch. Bishop Girton just piling up the goals. Londonderry has had a few chances to go on a run here, but just not able to double up at any point. Bishop Girton playing with a sense of urgency. You'd think it was a tie game. Prunier has it again. She's looking to feed in the middle. Good pass. The shot goes wide. A great opportunity there for Amelia Piercy, who was unchecked right in front of the Lancer goal.
The penetration is incredible. They weren't getting that penetration for a little bit. Londonderry was converging the defense and thwarting Girton. But you get that penetration down there, and you're able to put some easy goals in, and they've been able to do that. The timing was great for the first 15 minutes of the game, and then the timing kind of got off a little bit, and I think they're going to get it back. I mean, John, you missed right before you got here a beautiful, one-time give-and-go type of goal that, only comes through practice.
Prunier playing some catch.
There's a
Bouvier
good pass. Yep,
moves,
Bouvier.
shoots. What a save!
Yeah.
Tough save, too. Bouvier was only 5 yards away when she ripped that one off the Londonderry goaltender. Not able to collect the rebound, though, and keeping the pressure on are the Cardinals. Lindsay Halt with it. She's going to pass it all the way to Prunier, and behind the net it goes. So the pressure closing like a vice on the Londonderry defenders and goaltender here, already trailing 9-2, and hungry for double digits. Goal.
Yep.
Riley Bouvier makes it look like a slam dunk in basketball with that shot. 10-2.
Too easy.
Yes, too easy is exactly right. It sounds to me like you were talking about a team that was conscious of their coach's advice at the beginning, Tom. You're talking about Londonderry. They had done a better job earlier of kind of trying to seal off or making an effort to seal off.
They had done a good job, I thought, of sealing off. You had the box, the box setup. Girton was a little anxious. I thought they were a little too quick with some of their shots. But then they decided to move things around a little bit, do a little bit more passing, and find the open person, and they were able to just basically and get that goal with 6 seconds left before the half to set the tone, and boom, there you go.
And on the flip side of that, Londonderry seems to be losing some focus on defense, allowing that too easy penetration.
No doubt about it. And
kind of the discouraged by the score,
the
probably.
one thing the Lancers have done pretty well is run with BG. They've been able to run with them and not allow the fast break all the way down the field goal. There's one right there with a pass. Nope.
Bouvier, a great chance. Stephanie Reep's shot is blocked. Number 15 and number 1. Riley Bouvier and Stephanie Reep had some great chances.
John, I always say it in girls and boys lacrosse. It's all about possession. But the main way you get possession besides the face-offs is you pick up the ground balls. That is huge.
Key, yep. Fundamental skills can pay off huge with those ground balls. The skilled players seem to get even better on the turf in that regard.
Well,
Would
that's
you
just
agree?
it. Yeah, I've seen differences between teams when they go to grass versus turf.
It's almost like a mathematical bounce, and same thing with you fielding a ground ball in baseball too.
You
I
know
think
what,
it's
John? Most of the schools now,
Have
especially in the upper divisions 1 and 2, have turf. Hollis Brookline now has a turf field. They
loose
use it.
ball. Here we go. Who's going to get to this first?
Hollis Brookline has a turf field, and boy, did it ignite their offense this year in football. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, good point. Kiara Edmonds, nice recovery of the loose ball for Londonderry. The shot, though, by Grace Holland bounces over the goal. I think she wanted to go right at the feet of the goaltender, not able to come correct with the shot there. But Londonderry maintains possession. Faking right, going left, Carolyn Leone, who scored earlier.
Yeah, good stick defense right there, knocking the ball. A lot of loose balls in this game, and Girton's come up with a lot of them. Londonderry was coming up with some loose balls in that first half that kind of slowed Girton down, but now the Cardinals have flipped the table. And look at this fast break. This is the best one of the day right here.
And they finish it.
Oh, yeah.
Exclamation point. Stephanie Reap scores. Beauvier was in on that, Tom. I think Lindsay Holt had a touch. It went 100 yards in an eye blink, and it's an 11-2 lead for the Cardinals. Reap with the slam dunk on the end of that, but at least 3, maybe 4 passes to get it downfield. And as Tom said, a key part of that was the big defensive stop, the stick check on Carolyn Leone, who is a goal scorer for Londonderry and was in a great spot to score, but she had it taken away.
Stick check, knock the ball away, get it down, knock it down to the ground, get the ground ball, and then start running. And Londonderry was caught. They were caught all back in the offensive end.
Yes.
With their defensive players. You have your defenders that can't go all the way down, but you've got players that need to get back, and they weren't able to do it.
That's your basketball formula right there,
yeah,
Tom.
Really
the
was.
Good defense leads to points.
Yeah, exactly.
So at midfield, players fighting for possession. Londonderry really desperately needs to get going on the scoring here, trailing 11-2. There's a lot of minutes have gone by and just not capitalizing on the chances when they do get them. Here's another. They have the ball deep in the zone, circling, coming out in front. Good close by the BG defense in front. A lot of body contact, and I think Londonderry is going to get a point-blank restart here.
Yeah, they will.
And I believe that is...
And they have one goal off of one already.
That is number 11. And that is Tara Wright, who I think scored the first goal of the game.
Goal, yes.
Chance to do it again. She runs close, puts it past the goal, not in the goal. A miss. Interesting she didn't shoot it earlier, Tom.
They're going to get another restart out of it.
Okay. I think sometimes these players cheat themselves by trying to get too fancy. I mean, they're in a spot where they're point blank. They just let it go right after the whistle. Easier said than done, maybe. There's a goal.
Oh, yep.
Tara Wright gets her second of the game and third overall for Londonderry, who needed it. 11-3. Bishop Girton's lead is 8. Londonderry encouraged by that sequence. 18 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the second half here at Stellos. The girls lacrosse opener. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, as we put the lights on in the press box now. Went from daylight to nighttime here at Stellos. Days are getting longer, though, Tom, I'm noticing.
Yes, they are, but
that's nice to see.
I want to cherish it, because you get to June, the end of June, and it turns the other way.
It already flips.
I know,
yeah. People who have June birthdays, they make out. They get the longest days of the year sometime. I'm speaking to my daughter on the summer solstice. I think it's summer solstice, June 21. 16 hours of daylight or something like that. Downfield, all the way, goal.
Oh, I tell you,
Too easy comes to mind again, as Tom
said.
That
break is something else. Yep.
I believe that was Abigail Whiteley, number 10, a defender and a midfielder who went the distance. and did her Bobby Orr impression for the 12th goal of the game for GUERTIN. No defenders closed on Abigail as she made her way rather easily right down the middle. That's something you do not see the Cardinals allow. You'll see 2 or 3 defenders converge on a ball carrier if they try something like that. And that's what Londonderry has got to learn to do, because the better teams will just replicate that Bishop GUERTIN scoring attack right down the middle. Here come the Lancers. Number 14 is Ariana Kuchalakos. She had a touch. Loose ball.
Ooh.
Swatting at it.
Give
Good
it away.
job of
GUERTIN
collecting it.
GUERTIN had a real good
Yep.
shot at it and gave it away.
2 defenders were around number, I believe it was 16, Emily Cowett, with it on the restart. She's about 7 yards away from the goal.
Yep.
She could shoot it. This a tough angle. On
John, if 10 scored that goal for BG, it's Maddie Keating.
Maddie Keating?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Madison Keating, a
Yep.
senior.
Senior, yep.
Yeah, looked at the wrong roster again. Okay, so that was Bishop GUERTIN's number 10, Maddie Keating. My apologies.
And GUERTIN retains possession.
Goal number 12.
There's wide open down the middle and just couldn't get that pass to connect.
Here come the Lancers. A little bit of a bobble, but I believe that's Caroline Leone.
Wide open on that left side. Had that pass connected, she probably would have one-timed it.
Collecting it. Grace Holland is number 17. Was on the receiving end of that errant pass, and as Tom said, it would have been a pretty easy completion, but the hard part, collecting that pass on the dead run. There's a stick check. Kiara Edmonds, number 7, passes it to a teammate behind the goal trying to wrap around, but you see the close by the BG defender, very
great,
aware.
Yeah, very good close right there.
And an easy save made coming off the tight defense. Lancers steal a loose ball. Caroline Leone circling, looking to get a shot away. 2 defenders come up to body her back. And that is one of those hits is illegal, so Caroline will get to restart from there, 15 yards away from the goal. Londonderry trails 12-3
that
there.
Tight defense was Madeline Hartsock for GUERTIN.
Said her name a few times with nice defensive plays.
Yeah. Everybody has a role on this team. Boy, Londonderry, they
shot goal.
Yeah, they're on a little bit of a run in terms of the way they've played. They didn't let that fast break goal bother them.
Carolyn Leone, another goal for her. 4 on the game for the Lancers.
So Wright has 2.
And Leone the other 2.
Yeah. So and that separates teams, because GUERTIN has had how many different players score? 4 or 5, 6
yes.
maybe?
Yeah.
So that separates teams a little bit when you're limited to goal scorers.
Yeah, when you're bidding for multiple hat tricks in the same game, you have something good going on.
Given the competition now, Londonderry may play somebody down in a lower level, and they might, really break out. That Bouvier in the middle quarterbacks his team nicely.
Behind the net it goes and around.
And GUERTIN just should be patient. There's 15:33 left to play in the game. They got a 12-4 lead.
Clock is their friend.
Yep.
As well as the score right now, up by 8. Into the corner it goes. Teresa Prunier, number 11, looking for, actually that's 15, goes behind the net. That was Stephanie Reap with the pass to her teammate. In
Nice
front,
pass.
the cutter,
Oh,
save
off the
made,
top.
or maybe it went off the frame.
I think it hit the stick and then hit the frame.
Maddie Keating bidding for another goal. Right in the middle. And again, it's just too much space being allowed to these BG attackers by the Londonderry defense. They really haven't been getting called for many body checks, and
No.
that's not a good sign because it means they're not playing maybe defense aggressively enough. Out of the corner. And there's a collision. Really was initiated by the ball handler, Teresa Prunier, but good non-call, I think. VG lurking, looking for that open teammate. Opportunity to shoot here. Nope, backing it away. Prunier literally backing away, trying to gain some distance and some perspective.
Yeah, and a little bit of, you're right, good line, perspective, but look at this.
Twisting, turning in front, trying to get a shot
no,
away.
Not going to do it.
Good defense
Yeah,
that time.
very
We talked
good
about
defense.
needing some aggressive defense, and right on cue.
Lance has got it. But what they need is possession.
Yeah, they
And they
nearly got it there,
yeah,
but
they
no.
don't have it. Is almost 2 minutes have gone off the clock.
The shot, goal.
Score.
Up in the top of the goal, I believe it was number 7, Lauren Redfern, who's only a freshman, getting on the scoreboard. And it was Laura Redfern. Good for her. And she is another promising player on this BG roster. Boy, she knew just what to do with her time in the game. And she sprints off the field with, I am sure, under that mask, a big smile on her face. 13-4, Bishop Girton leads with 13:39 to go in the match.
Again, the passing,
Yes.
very crisp. Back and forth, patience, waiting for the cutter, gets the cutter. You got to have that timing down. And again, that timing comes in practice.
Kiara Edmonds of Londonderry versus Riley Bouvier of BG on the face-off, and Bouvier wins it. Flips it
nice
ahead.
pass.
Opportunity, instant opportunity for Bishop Girton, but they
they're
just
smart.
can't
Now,
complete that
if
pass.
the shot's not there, pass it. And that's what they did. Again,
Shot wasn't
setting up
there.
the box again.
Right, Maddie Keating was the one that passed it to the corner. And dancing with the ball, now goes behind the net. Sometimes with the distance, the uniform numbers become an eye chart for me.
Oh,
Here at
tell me
Stellos.
about it. When I called the game at the start, I didn't bring the binoculars.
Right. They swing it to the far side. In the middle, risky pass. They do complete it, though. Long pass. There's another completion in the middle. Wow, BG trying to dot the I's all over the place and finally make a mistake.
Yeah, the long pass, if you make a pass that long, you really want to one-time it if you can, but the pass was high. She wasn't able to do it.
Kiara Edmonds gets
That
victimized.
was Holt who got the ball and wasn't able to convert it.
Edmonds got the steal, but immediately she was triple teamed from behind. Near the goal. Outside now. Off a pick. Inside the pick
wide
and roll.
open. Wide open. You've got to score that.
Bouvier with what amounted to the equivalent of a basketball pick and roll. She bumped into the defender on whoever assisted on that. I don't know if it was number 12 for Bishop Girton, Amelia Piercy, but it was a perfectly executed play. Turned into another slam dunk goal for Riley Bouvier, who's got a bundle now, and it's a 14-4 advantage for the Cardinals. Was that number 5 for her?
I hadn't kept complete track.
I think she already had the hat trick. Stanford bound Riley Bouvier.
Well, not until 2 years from now.
2 years from now.
She's a junior.
Wow.
Yep. Nice to know, isn't it?
It is nice to know. It's nice to know it's 2 years from now when California will be, maybe past the pandemic. I know they've had big problems with it. And down.
They've eased up.
Have they?
Yes.
I lost track.
In fact, Los Angeles allowing crowds now for Laker games and the indoor sports.
I like to hear it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I believe that they have flattened the curve, as they say. But you know what? You do it, you relax, and then all of a sudden, what happens?
Surges again.
Right. Another good pass and
And a
another
goal.
good shot. Yep.
Lindsay Halt with the exclamation point.
Yeah, they're really
yeah.
clicking right now with 10:55 to play. There's no doubt about the outcome here. 15-4 lead. It's all about execution and what Leslie Y sees and how she likes what she sees, because they all know that they need to work on their skills through the next 6 weeks.
Yes.
And I believe there's a timeout. Londonderry is probably going to call timeout here after that flurry of Bishop Girton goals, 3 straight after it was 12-4, to make it a 15-4 game. With 10:49 here, Tom King along with John Collins, Tim O'Neill on camera, Pete Johnson, our executive producer, who was here earlier.
They did, in fact, call out timeout blue, and we may see some new faces, new uniform numbers out on the field very shortly. Tom, I work with a Hudson firefighter by the name of Glenn Bradish, and he is a varsity softball coach at Nashua High South just this year.
As an assistant.
As an assistant.
Yeah.
He basically told me they kind of agreed to make it I don't know if I'm talking out of school, but kind of a co-coach arrangement when he's there. He does coach a travel team. He's a hardcore softball coach, and he wanted us, Nashua TV, to do some softball games this season. And I put in a bid to Pete Johnson. As you know, it's tough to do. The venue it doesn't lend itself
venues don't lend themselves to the camera.
Yeah.
The one
you'd love to do the games.
Well,
I know
I tell you, at Nashua South, you can do it. Possibly because there's a hill right above home plate.
Well, that was Glenn's argument. Now here's the cameraman shaking his head. No.
Right. Yeah,
it
is on the side. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Not very high.
Tim
wants to do the games too.
In other words, Tim doesn't want to do it.
No, I do want to do it.
He doesn't want to, but talking,
Yeah.
They're trying to talk sense into me.
In other words, the hill's too close, right? And so you can't.
And angle off the side.
Yeah, you can't. The angle's too close. You can't. Create the distance in the shot.
Well, the Masters aren't using any of their TV towers now. They got like 18 of them.
That's true, right?
Hard
to believe that they've played that tournament now twice in 6 months.
Isn't it? Wow. Yeah, they got.
And you see the difference.
Oh.
Between the fall and between November and April in terms of
Dustin Johnson sees the difference too.
He didn't make the cut, right?
Yeah,
that's what I was alluding to.
It was exactly fascinating,
Yeah. But it was nice to have a Masters Sunday in April. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was. That's a.
Yeah. Just like it's nice to be back
jolt
out
of normalcy.
Here. Nice to be back out here doing games. The last time I was here in April. In April. I'll tell you next stoppage.
I was going to say after the next BG goal because they seem to be happening with regularity.
That's what it's looking like, but it was the night that they had the lights on for the seniors here.
Oh.
And did 2020 on the scoreboard, and they did it at Holman as well. That was last April. And
a sprint to the goal and a save made.
How about that? Martin with the goalie.
We do have some new faces on the field.
Yes,
fresh
we do.
legs and lots of energy. You can sense it. It's some of the players getting their first opportunity.
We're under 10 to play now. 9:35 left in the game. Oh, nice deflection.
Yes. Good hand-eye coordination there.
Now what that does is that takes Londonderry out of their rhythm. Ooh, there's some contact. Takes Londonderry out of their rhythm, and also, it's more seconds tick off the clock when that ball is rolling around. So Londonderry now will take over at the 40-yard line and move it up. Try to, anyway.
Victoria Savage of Londonderry, number 22, had it momentarily. And now she'll get it back. Kiara Edmonds with a tricky pass, deflected. The official says, I hadn't yet restarted play there. You can't play outside the whistle. Londonderry on the attack, trailing 15-4. And the enthusiasm of the bench players showing itself here in some heavy hitting that's occurring suddenly.
Yeah, no doubt about it, huh?
I like to see the enthusiasm off the bench. Some of these players, no doubt,
Did
could.
you see that play yesterday in the baseball game we did? The somersault at first base? The
Yes.
ground ball.
Yes.
I was like, I wish I wasn't wasn't over at third base. That would have been a fabulous photo. But that was a hard collision, and they
It
get
was a
right
hard
back
collision.
up.
Yeah, I
Get
know.
right back up.
Exactly.
Happened to me, I'd be rolling around for 2
I'd
weeks
be
on the ground.
dispatching you some a
Oh
four-wheeler.
yeah, oh yeah, no doubt about it.
With a big siren on the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that too. Sort of, it was a second baseman covering on a bunt, I believe, and he just planted his feet on the base, and there was nowhere for the base runner
Boom.
to go.
All flipped right over.
And as Tom said, they bounced right back. Behind the net it goes. BG trying to add to their 15-4 lead with 7.5 minutes to go. There's a shot. Misses the goal. Number 15 for the Cardinals.
Good opportunity again, as you said, for the
Yep.
younger players.
I think there's some. Well, that's Stephanie Reap. That was
Yeah.
one of the starters
Yep.
out there.
Holt is out there still, I believe.
Yep.
That was her right there with the ball.
Of course, if you don't have enough players to replace everybody on the field, some of the starters will have to stay out there.
Right.
In the middle, first game, no doubt. Coach wants to get everybody
a lot of those players
warmed up.
You know, you wonder because lacrosse. I mean, what it's
Goal.
Wow, just unbelievable. Nothing Londonderry could do. No
That
fatigue.
was- yeah.
No fatigue is not a factor here tonight. That's for sure. And that's what I was alluding to. Is a
Yeah,
lot of these players
impressive.
played other sports, and they came right into lacrosse, all in shape.
Yep. I got my eye on the goal scorer. She comes off. I believe that was number 12.
Right down in front of us.
Yep. Amelia Piercy got that goal.
I believe she has another one
And
already.
quite a few starters coming off the field. That was like the exclamation point goal for the BG coaching staff to say, all right, we're going to take our foot off the gas pedal a little bit here. Up 16-4 with just over 6 minutes remaining. Loose ball scramble. Scooped up, just like in practice, no doubt, by Tegan McInnes, number 18. Down the sideline it goes. Feeds it ahead. Tana
Whoa.
O'Neill Blake in the
Well,
middle.
And there's contact right
Yeah.
there.
They
John,
let
they
him
had
play?
70 some odd players come out for the program.
Wow. Increasing in popularity.
Girls sports at PG have just taken off, but certain sports are now starting to dominate.
Loose ball. Opportunity for BG. Instead, Londonderry comes away with it down the sideline. The Lancers go. Good distance being covered. I believe that's number 3 for Londonderry. There's a few players we don't have on our roster that may have been up from the JV level. If there is a JV, or no?
Don't know. With Londonderry?
Yeah. With
Don't know.
Okay. In the middle, you see
I would imagine they are. Look, lacrosse has been a staple at Londonderry for a long
Yeah,
time.
I would imagine too. Step up and, Londonderry had a chance to intercept that pass, but a couple of attackers had their back to the goalie.
We will get a treat, I believe, next week. We get BG and Pinkerton boys, the annual battle.
Goal.
Yep. Wow, right on top. Looked like a rebound goal, didn't it?
Well, it was a rebound. I think it was scooped up by a player on the right side of the
Yes.
net, and she kind of just whipped it almost backhand low
Exactly.
and into the cage.
17-4 the score.
And that would have been the player, I think, that took the place of Riley Bouvier because she's coming up. Oh, no, that's...
John, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
There's so many players on this team, in and out,
Shuttling in and out now with 4
Because don't
minutes
forget,
left.
this is the season opener, so it's a lot of
Yeah.
experimenting as well with combinations. But a 17-4 lead for the Cardinals.
And the restart. Yeah, I believe that last goal scored by the player right. Oh, wow. That was a heavy hit.
A lot of
Could hear
contact.
that one. Yeah.
Yep.
That was number 14 that scored that most recent goal, Ariana Kuchalakos, for the Cardinals, and it was nicely done. She is a freshman as well. Talented player.
Great passing now with these younger players that are out there.
In the middle of the feed, good idea. The cutter was...
Oh, and more contact.
Yeah.
A lot in these last 5 minutes.
3 minutes to go now in the match, and Bishop Guertin leading 17-4, as you can see on your screen here on a season opener 2021. Bishop Guertin sending a message to the rest of the league that they are coming to play once again this season.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that they feel that they have one of the strongest teams around. I think Pinkerton and Souhegan will try to match that. Those are traditional teams that could challenge them. Bedford.
Rival, yep.
Bedford possibly.
Sure. The sports machine.
Yep.
Bedford. Guertin, downfield they go. Whistle away from the ball, something going on, I think. Catherine Simpson, number 20, senior, has to hand the ball over to Londonderry due to a infraction by a BG player away from the ball. Katie Doherty, number 13, with it for the Lancers. She hands it off. Circling. It might be Leone still in the game. Then she gets checked to the turf. And the restart's going to benefit the Lancers from in close. That's probably number 16, a crumpled
now, the
uniform.
17 goals is nice, but I think one of the things that Leslie Y is probably happy about right now are the 4 only allowed against Londonderry.
Emily Cowett cuts right, tried to throw one back the other way. Nice idea, but she missed on the shot to the left of the goal.
Boy, is that Cowett spelled Cowette?
Yes.
Yeah, I may have covered her father when he played football for Pinkerton Academy.
Rings a bell, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Londonderry area.
Yeah. Saw Tony Cowett out here, I don't know, about a year and a half ago.
What if
fall
he's...
of fall of 2019.
Restart.
I believe it was a Londonderry game, too.
Kiara Edmonds with a great chance to score there, and another nice save by the BG goaltender.
Who is, let's see, 29, is that the number?
Yes. Of course, the goalies always switch it up on us.
Yes, they always do.
We have number 23, Frida Teresa.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
12 seconds to play.
And 17-4 will be your final. A great performance by the Cardinals as they celebrate here at Stellos.
All right, John Collins, we will see you, I believe, later in the week.
Very good, Tom King.
Yep.
We'll check our schedule.
Okay.
We'll be back here on NHIAA TV. Excellent work, as always, by our cameraman, Tim O'Neill. It is a 17-4 victory for the Bishop Guertin Girls Cardinals lacrosse team over the visitors from Londonderry. And the season off to a great start for BG, boys and girls, as the boys defeated the Londonderry boys team 19-11 earlier. I'm John Collins for Tim O'Neill, Tom King, and our executive producer, Pete Johnson. Thank you for watching, and good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.